Welcome to the 3 Retro Movie Geek podcast with me, Rob Taylor.
Me, Scott Witham.
Me, Paul Constable.
What's that? Welcome to the 3 Retro Movie Geeks podcast with me, Rob, the Truffle Shuffle Taylor.
And me, Scott, I ain't got time to bleed with him.
And me, Paul, Sade Cocktail Constable.
And we're going to be talking about 80s and 90s movies from our childhood.
The greatest cinema era ever.
Where's he from? Uranus? Get it? Uranus? He doesn't get it, Ty. Get it? Uranus? He doesn't get it.
Just so immature.
And you're such a Sinner Supremus.
Zero charisma.
Sinner Supremus.
Zero charisma.
Sinner Supremus.
Shut up, Greg.
Welcome to episode 10. My name is Pauline and I am Rob's mum. Today, the 3 retro movie geeks are discussing my all-time favourite 80s movie, E.T. Sit back and relax as the guys talk about this 1982 classic film. Now it's over to Paul Constable, Scott Witham, and what does that say?
Oh, it's my writing, sorry. Brilliant and amazing.
Brilliant and amazing Rob Taylor. Enjoy.
Hello everybody, and thank you for joining us, and a big thank you to my mum for that introduction. Round of applause for my mum there.
Well done, Dawn.
Hey, Pauline. Dawn's my sister.
Well done, Pauline.
Pauline Taylor there. That was a introduction, intro to the 3 retro movie geeks. I did say to her that she's going to be famous now. Once this goes out, there'll be people wanting selfies, autographs. Tesco delivery man will be, I've got no substitutions, but can I have a selfie? So thanks for that. Thank you, Mum. And we are talking E.T., aren't we?
Yes, E.T. today. Yes. E.T. the extra...
Oh, sorry, I thought we were just having a chat about your mum.
No.
E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial.
But first of all, how are you boys? You all right?
Yes.
Good. Had a good week?
All is well. All is well. Warm. Been busy watching films this week.
Yeah, it is warm here, isn't it?
What films have you been watching, Paul?
Well, funny enough, I've been watching E.T. and last week I had a lovely surprise and saw the new Indiana Jones films out on iTunes.
Yeah.
And I think I've watched it 3 times this week.
Nice. I went to see Barbie. My sister, my mum and my daughter.
Who took who?
That was an interesting film. Have you two seen it yet?
No.
It's mental.
Scott, are you wanting to watch it?
Nope.
No.
It's a colourful 2 hours, is what I put down as.
I think I'll wait for it to appear on TV at Christmas.
It's good.
And then watch the Queen's Speech. No, King's Speech.
That was a year ago today.
It's a year ago today as well.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Anyway, let's bring the mood down. I went to see Jurassic Park 30th anniversary as well yesterday.
Has anything changed in that, or was it just the original?
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
So good day. My favourite film ever.
Really?
So much goes on. Yes.
Really?
It's dinosaurs.
It's a great film.
It's so cool.
Oh, Ross Geller.
It's brilliant. It's really good.
I'm afraid E.T.'s probably one of mine. And Back to the Future.
Oh, really? Didn't know that.
Really? My son's birthday today. Happy birthday, Neil.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Neil.
He's having a movie night tonight.
Excellent. What's he watching? Please don't say Back to the Future.
Empire Strikes Back?
No.
Oh.
Deadpool.
Okay, yeah, cool.
So we've got the cinema with its projector and stuff in the back garden.
Oh, that'd be cool. Nice day for it.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
Nice. Lovely evening.
But before we start,
Yes.
got a little surprise.
Ooh.
So as Scott mentioned, his daughter is 2 months old.
All right. What have we got here? Oh, yes. Does it really work?
He's opening it.
Transfer over the radio waves, does it? But they got me a 3 retro movie geeks. Well, not me, Anastasia. That is incredible. The 3 retro movie geeks onesie.
Let me take a picture of it now while we're on.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Yeah, with nothing to do with me.
No, Rob didn't know anything about it.
Dear. Oh, thank you, Paul.
Excellent.
That's great, mate. That's awesome.
That
Thank
little
you.
logo on a onesie.
Yeah, nothing like a little baby having a predator and a Slimer picture.
Well, the original idea was I was going to have your 3 retro movie geeks picture put on it, but like you said, the Predator, I thought
That's cool.
Well, that's going in the memories box for 20 years' time when we get it out.
So when she outgrows it, bring it back and Rob and I sign it.
Were you on a podcast? I was when I was younger.
Yeah, don't put that on Facebook Marketplace when she's outgrown it, will you?
Yeah. No, that's great. Thank you very much so much.
You're welcome.
Lovely.
Very cool, very cool. Okay, right, E.T. Who remembers this one?
Of course.
Good,
Who
everyone does,
wouldn't
doesn't they?
remember this
Yeah,
film?
it
This
was
is an absolute
everywhere.
classic.
It was
I mean,
everywhere.
This is one of those films what ticks all the boxes, I think.
Once again, watching it as an adult, because I haven't seen it in many years, I had picked up on loads of different things. It was a completely different experience watching it as an adult.
Can you
But
put that
it's-
paper bag down?
Yeah, I'm just going to move it out of the way so I'm not distracted by
Jesus.
it. All right, mate.
We're recording
All
here, boy.
God, you deserve it. Sorry, that was a joke. I'm not actually going to drink like that in the whole thing.
No, that's good. I watched it this week. I watched the original one, and then I got the DVD, the 20th anniversary.
Yeah, I remember going to see the 20th anniversary or whatever it was in the cinema, and then watched this on Amazon, and there were bits missing that I thought that I thought were going to be in it, and that's because I was remembering the 20th anniversary one.
I don't remember the 20th anniversary. I mean, I got a copy on Blu-ray, but
It's just little bits of CGI, aren't they, of E.T.?
Yeah, there's a bit in the not any spoilers, or whatever, going ahead too fast. There's a bit in the bath where he's blowing bubbles and then climbing into a toy box and all things like that stuff. I was like, oh, where was that bit? But because that was the 20th anniversary edition, you can get that on Blu-ray and DVD now, can't you?
Yes.
All right, okay.
so I watched it on iTunes, so that must be the original one I got, because I don't remember any
Yeah.
bath blowing bubbles.
Yeah, that wasn't in the original one. Highest grossing film of the 80s, highest grossing film ever, until...
Titanic?
Nope.
Avatar.
No, good before that. 1993.
Independence Day.
No, something I watched this week.
Barbie.
Not Barbie.
Jurassic Park,
Yeah,
obviously.
highest grossing film ever until Jurassic Park came out. I bet Spielberg was gutted, wasn't he? Not. He did them both.
And John Williams as well.
Yeah.
So that team... Wow, there's so many films that
Yeah.
two guys teamed up together.
Adjusted to inflation as well. This is Wikipedia. I get you
Nerd.
different things in different websites.
Geek.
But it's the 7th all time, and that's adjusted to inflation.
E.T., 7th all time.
No, but just while you're talking about John Williams, so I was out in the car with Emil a little weekend, and I put on some John Williams music.
Don Williams or John Williams?
John.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Don Williams then.
John Williams, and he was surprised, like, John Williams, did he do that? Yeah. Then
How many there were John Williams? Is that what
well,
you
every
said?
film like Emil's watched, John Williams does the music,
Yeah.
you know. And then I put on Jurassic Park, and I said to him, you know, see if you know what this film comes from. And second guess, he guessed Jurassic Park, and he went, "Did John Williams do this one as well?" I said,
They're all
It's
very
everywhere.
similar, aren't they? Like, I
80s,
start,
90s.
Yeah, I start whistling E.T. and it goes into Jurassic Park, and then all of a sudden it
Yeah.
goes into Back to the Future.
There
or
was
something,
a time before I really got into like kind of this. You'd hear a tune, or someone would ask you to, sing
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, and you'd
Well, no,
sing Star Wars, or
Yeah,
you'd sing
yeah.
Superman.
I always do that.
Because they're all very, very, very similar. Obviously, being the same composer.
I mean, nowadays either John Williams, because he's still doing music,
He's like 90
or
plus.
91,
Yeah.
or Hans Zimmer.
Well, yeah, Hans Zimmer is the modern day equivalent. He's done everything as well.
Totally different. But
Yeah, two different guys, different eras, really, but also both incredible film composers.
It was nominated for 9 Oscars, won 4. I don't know if the music had anything, if won any awards. Anyone know? I should look
I
that
have
up.
no idea.
not sure.
Probably. And it was going to be called. Do anyone know what it was going to be called? The working
Oh, you
title?
told me this, but I can't remember.
It was going to be called A Boy's Life.
No, you didn't tell me this.
No, I don't think I did.
Maybe
It's
that's
going to
something
be called A
else.
Boy's Life, which is a bit of a. It's nothing to do with the film, is it? Really, it's not
A Boy's Life.
That's just like a
A Boy's Life, and an alien comes and
yeah.
visits.
A Boy's Life would be like a film of a boy growing up, and it's like Forrest Gump would be like a boy's life or something until he turns into a man.
Turns into a man. That's big, isn't it? It's big.
Yeah. That
That's
could be
another
a-
film. There we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that could be A Boy's Life. A Boy's Life, yeah.
And it didn't come out on VHS till 1988, 6 years later. Is that quite a
Really?
long time? Yeah,
That's a very long time.
That's what I thought.
What's that, sorry?
Didn't come out on VHS.
Well, not being funny, but in 1982, you probably didn't have VHS or
Right,
Betamax.
I can't remember.
What did they used to do then? Just wait for it to appear on TV?
Well, you didn't have anything. I mean, TV was the thing.
That's probably why then. Don't know.
Anyways,
Yeah. Anyway, have you heard and seen the trailer for this. It's basically a Spielberg trailer. It starts off
This year?
Yeah, it goes like in 1975 he brought you Jaws. In 1978 he directed Close Encounters.
Right.
In 1981 he directed Raiders of the Lost Ark, and now Steven Spielberg brings you
So
E.T.
it's not the story; it's the director's work.
Yeah. Then it goes into a bit of the film, but I thought that was quite funny. That's a good one. Got your book out there, Paul?
I have got my book.
What are you looking at?
Awards. You
Awards.
mentioned the Oscars. I'm just
right.
having a look. It doesn't list all of the.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, was it 1982?
Have we got Google? That might be quick,
Got
mightn't
Google.
it?
We're retro. We got to give you.
There you go. So
Pop down the library.
encyclopedias and stuff.
the Golden Globes, E.T. won Best Drama.
Giving out the awards here. Goes to.
Best drama.
But it had tight competition.
Did it?
So whilst you're right in saying it was the highest grossing film, and the winner for the Best Picture goes to Gandhi. Congratulations.
Come on, up you come, son.
Sorry, he could not be here today.
Okay, yeah, but it won four awards anyway. Anyway, right, shall we go through E.T.?
Let's do it.
Okay, who wants to start?
Me.
Go for it.
So it starts in the forests, in the hills around a small town. Well, that's actually a medium-sized town in America, California, I believe.
Reminds me of X-Files to start.
Does remind you?
Like an X-Files
Yeah, very
episode.
much so. I get that. Bit friendlier. You don't really see much like silhouettes in the background and kind of coming out of they're exploring the forest, aren't they?
Yep.
There's
There's loads of them, isn't there? There's not just one,
loads of them. Yeah, big spaceship. Did you see the spaceship land, or did you just see it?
No, I
kind
think
of
it's there already. You can
Right.
see it take off, don't you?
No, he's chasing, aren't they? So the film starts with them chasing.
So they're there
back to the
first,
spaceship.
and it shows them that they're scientists basically. They're collecting
Yeah,
flowers, and
botanists.
then botanists. Then the
They like bottoms,
botan. Then the
just for the crack.
all right, Rob,
Sorry.
get out.
You jokes are crap.
Go on.
Oh yeah, the police cars arrive, and this is something that you told. Do you want to go into about the thing you told me?
Yeah, I liked it how, because it's all filmed quite low, isn't it, from a kid's point of view. So
I
it's,
did not realise that until watching it this time around.
And then it zooms in on like the car lights, the exhaust, the tyres, things that would be scary for an alien. I thought, these things that I've not seen before.
Is that because you've been scared of those things?
Yeah, definitely.
Being a kid,
Yeah, and it sort of like shows what could be scary for them anyway. But he misses his
missed his trip back home.
trip back home, bless him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He runs as well. I've never seen him run so fast.
Yeah, it's all the kind of foliage moving stuff and the little scream, which is, again, a little bit scary initially. It's a bit eerie. But yeah, he misses it. And you see like little bits of him, but you don't see a full on.
Yeah. In the 20th anniversary one, he's running fast and you see him like hopping.
Oh, right,
Sort of running
okay.
hops, which is not in the original one. But old Spielberg got this idea when he did Close Encounters a few years before.
Yep.
What would happen if one of these aliens got left behind?
Right.
And that's where.
Close Encounters is a great film too.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'll see
It's
that.
it's a bit more. I want to say sinister. It's a bit more, a bit darker, a bit more
A
serious,
bit more of an adult.
bit more of an adult
alien
film.
film,
This
isn't
is
it?
a kids' film.
Pardon?
It's a kids' film and marketed for kids. So
The next scene is them at home.
yeah, so you get the idea that E.T. he's being chased and they've left him and he's all alone and he's looking down on the town. Then it cuts to a typical
Oh, I love this.
kind of Friday night in the 80s with kind of high school kids.
They're sat around
playing.
that table with the low
Low light. There seems to be. I know they're not smoking.
Yeah, I
But there
thought
seems
that.
to be haziness in the air.
Is it like a joss stick or is it a
Maybe, I don't know. And they're all just playing what looks like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, Stranger
Dungeons and
Things.
Dragons. Yeah, very Stranger Things-esque. Ordering pizzas. Little Elliott's trying to get in on the action, and they're like kind of
Too
messing
young.
him around.
Yeah.
Too young. You go and do this, and
One of the kids tries to grab the mum's ass. Do you see that bit?
yes, yeah.
When he says, "No, stop it."
Yeah. And it's just there's so much going on in that scene. If you really look at it, and you just little bits of things that are going on between different characters all the time. Like I say, that bit that I didn't really spot.
No, not
grabbing the mum.
It's like the Goonies, isn't it? It's like that.
So the Goonies,
Kids just,
Kid, Stranger Things as well. Like Stranger Things clearly ripped off E.T.
Yeah. I can't believe that.
And what is it? They tell Elliot he can play if he goes and collects the pizzas.
Yeah, goes and collect. They say go and get the pizza from the pizza guy, and then one of the kids shouts something like,
No anchovies.
"Can I have no anchovies and lots of sausage or something?" But if you've ordered the pizza, you come to collect it.
Stupid.
Yeah.
But I think maybe it's a joke.
Yeah, could be good.
He gets it, and then here's a noise.
Here's a little noise.
Dun dun dun. Here's a little noise, and goes around to investigate.
Yeah, I love that scene with him just approaching the shed. Is it a shed?
Yeah, again, very X-Files, very eerie. Light coming out of the shed. With seems to be a cornfield in the background. I thought they were in the mountains.
Yeah, I did.
So it was a bit like
Signs.
Where are they? Yeah, a bit like Signs. Throws a ball in because you would, wouldn't you? You'd throw a ball in to see what was in there.
Yeah, and if someone throws something back, then you're in the shed.
Yeah. So he runs in and tries to tell his homies.
Yeah.
And they just don't believe him. No, they do believe him.
They grab knives, don't they?
Yeah, they grab knives. That mum has no control over the household whatsoever. Those are her son's older son's friends.
And it's a divorce story as well, isn't it? Which you didn't pick up on when you got
recently separated, wasn't it? I think he's just run off because Drew Barrymore mentioned, Dad's gone to
Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah. She goes, I hate Mexico.
He hates Mexico. Well, like, what's he done there?
He hates Mexico.
Yeah.
So you never really realise you hear what's going on there, apart from that they're separated.
Yeah. Let me go to the next day.
Well, before, they go out and they look in the shed.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah.
They go and look in the shed. They find footprints. They go right into the shed, looking around, and then come out and go, it's a coyote or something.
Yeah, that's it.
And then E.T.'s little hands come around right next to where they were.
Yeah.
How they did not spot where he was.
Yeah, because he's not
ridiculous.
He's not tiny, is he?
No, there's nowhere to hide in that tiny little shed. But they miss him because it wouldn't be a film, really. It's an alien. Let's call the cops.
Yes, the end.
The end.
Bless him. He must have been a bit scared. Do you know how old he is? I looked this up.
What, E.T.?
Yeah.
How does anyone know?
Well, it's in the novelisation. Posh with a book, in case you didn't know.
That was
Encyclopedia.
Big thing in the 80s. Everything got novelised.
Do you know?
Novelised.
He's quite old.
I know, but I'll let Paul have a guess because I would never have got this.
He is just older than you, Paul.
Rude.
33.
10 million years old.
Well, I hope I look that good in another 10 million.
10 million years. That seems insane.
That's a bit too old, isn't it?
And to be that stupid to miss your spaceship home after 10 million years.
Yeah.
Welcome to the 3 Retro Movie Geeks podcast. Today we're recording episode 5,231,000.
Yeah, God. We'll be able to do every film ever.
So now we do go to the next day.
So this part of the next day, Elliott hears him overnight, doesn't he? And goes out again.
Yeah, they have that argument at the table, and then he stares out the window, loads of steam for some weird reason, and then he goes in the garden that night, and just wants to sort of see him come out, doesn't he?
Does he come out, or does he leave Reese's Pieces for him?
Does he do Reese's Pieces first?
Oh, you can tell we've done our extensive research, guys.
I do know that they went to Mars to ask if they wanted to use M&Ms, and Mars said no. So Reese's Pieces,
which is
used, and their profits went.
Well, it's bizarre because there's no way, unless you were in the know, I couldn't have told you. I thought they were M&Ms. I couldn't have told you they were Reese's Pieces.
Yeah,
over
they didn't
M&Ms.
really hold the packet. The show,
no, they didn't go, hey guys, I'm going to be using M&Ms today.
Yeah. But he does lure him into this. He comes out eventually, doesn't he, of the shed, and he does lure him to
his bedroom.
It's a bit weird. It's not saying that. That's a bit weird. He got some sweets and he was bringing them to his bedroom.
Oh God.
So he goes up to his bedroom and then basically
they falls asleep in front of it. Just falls asleep in front of an alien.
Just found an alien and 5 minutes later, a bit tired.
A bit tired now. Just fall asleep. Is it this stage where you start to see the connection between the two?
Yeah, there's a
scratch of the nose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rubbing their nose.
So you think, oh, they're connected psychically.
Yeah.
Telepathically. And then you wake up next day. Elliott's pretending to be ill.
Yes.
To stay at home.
He's hot, isn't he? He's making out he's hot.
Yeah, how does he do it? How does he?
Not as hot as us in there. This is really hot in here,
This is really warm, yeah.
But you two could have had your clothes on, though.
Hey! There's the fun in that. Naked Fridays.
So from now on, we record on the Thursday.
Yeah.
I know he's excited to do this. Didn't really know he was that excited, but there you go. Anyway, carry on. Fakes being sick.
Fakes being sick. How does he increase the temperature? Does he hold it
He puts it under the lamp, doesn't
He's
he?
under the lamp.
Yeah.
This is the olden days. We had light bulbs which give off heat.
Yeah. And then his mum comes in and says...
And just leaves him at home. Like,
Yeah.
that wouldn't happen these days.
No. His brother's clumsily reversing the car down the drive.
Oh, yeah.
I remember doing things like that, though. When I haven't passed my test, so I was just going backwards and forwards in the drive.
Yeah.
Your parents let you do that?
Yeah, they did. Well, they didn't know that I did it. So he's reversing the car, and then E.T. They go out, and he's at home with E.T., isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And he shows him his Star Wars figures.
Oh, Star Wars figures, which is a interesting concept. Then it wouldn't have been, but when obviously episode 1 came out, there's a scene where in the council of all the different colonies and species all getting together, E.T., a group of 3 E.T.s are spotted.
Yeah.
So they're technically in the Star Wars universe.
And if he's
So-
10 million years old, they could have met him because
Star Wars was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So we go, why have you got a figure of Emperor Palpatine?
Yeah.
And
I know her.
Greedo. And,
I know these guys.
Yeah, I know these guys. That'd have been weird.
He realises he's a bit hungry, doesn't he? So he goes and gets some food. And this is another connection because E.T. opens a umbrella, doesn't he, in the room, and it makes Elliott jump.
Yeah, Elliott's startled.
When he's down in the kitchen.
I think is this where you realise that he's got a long neck as well, a telescopic neck, as it were.
Yep.
And little funny noises and stuff. My daughter sounds like that sometimes. little snorts and grunts that she does.
Can you do an
Sounds
impression?
Just no, I wouldn't want to ruin it.
Then you realise it's time for a nappy change.
Mike comes home
Yes.
from practice.
Football practice.
Yeah, football practice.
Number 17.
That's it. Remember the goblin? He came back and he said,
Oh yeah, because they're talking about Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah.
swear the most excellent promise you can.
It's such a great thing, isn't
yeah.
it? You have to swear the most excellent
You can't
promise
just promise.
ever.
It's got to be an excellent promise.
No pinky promise, that just won't do.
No, just an excellent one. And he shows Mike E.T. and then
Mike thinks it's a... No, it's the mum. Sorry, going into later on. She thinks it's a joke, a Halloween joke or something, doesn't she? What does Mike do? Does he just scream?
no, he just sort of can't believe it. And then Gert runs in.
And Gert runs in. She screams.
Drew Barrymore,
Yeah.
who was 7 during this filming.
Yeah. Another Stranger Things connection because they've got a young girl who's pretty much dressed and looks exactly the same in that.
And then the mum does come home, but they hide him in the closet, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, I saw a meme the other day. It's like, if you think you're doing bad in life, just remember the mother in E.T. had an alien living in her house for like 3 days and didn't even know. It's crazy what they can get
I saw another meme the other day. It was Bruce Willis in Sixth Sense, and it was if you think you're having a bad day, this guy's dead and he's still going to work. I thought it was a good one. Then the scene goes to the men. So these guys, these government guys, isn't it, who are searching with, like, the metal detectors. Keys, that's it.
Which, again, another point
Not Richard Keys.
I'll bring you into this because you told me this and I want to steal your facts and your research.
Yeah, go on. Go for it.
One, Key. I didn't know his name was Keys because every time he comes into shot, he's jangling keys.
Yeah.
But 2, you don't see any other adult's face apart from the mother's until
Halfway
3/4.
through. Yeah, something like that, halfway
through
through
the film, because it's a kid's film.
You don't see the teacher later on, do you?
You don't see the teacher in that scene. You don't see any other adult. So they're all just headless authoritarians, or figures of authority. And I thought that was brilliant. You pointed that out to me. Never picked up on that.
Right, Paul's got it out again. His book.
And the book. Jesus, Paul.
His book. I thought he was looking up who Keys was. His name's something Coyote.
Yes.
Can't think of his name now.
Yeah, something Coyote.
Keys.
I just saw something in here earlier, which I'll bring up later on when we get there.
So they're tracing radiation or some sort of sensor they've got, and they suspect that ET's in the neighbourhood.
Yes.
They suspect
Metal detectors. Like in there.
Something like that going on.
Go back to the bedroom, and Gert goes to play in Elliott's room.
Yes. One of the most suspicious things, yet at the same time, I imagine young girls and kids do that type of thing.
But if
all
your
the
kids
time.
are getting on all of a sudden, you think, hold on, something's not right here. Normally
Yeah,
they're
oh, yeah,
killing
that's
each
it.
other.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
But she says, don't let Elliott torture you. She says, weirdly, she says, I won't, Mary. Why did she say Mary? Why did she not?
Is that
say
her
Mary?
name?
Yeah, but like, I won't marry. Why not Mum? That's what I thought was a bit weird. Mike thinks it could be a monkey or an orangutan.
Right.
Bold monkey.
Which is fair enough. Kids those days don't,
Yeah.
in high school, don't know anything.
And Gert brings in the famous geraniums.
Which, okay, so this is basically a life meter for ET, isn't it? And they're slowly starting to wane and fade and whatnot over time.
Yeah.
Over the next few scenes.
E.T. makes his balls levitate. Oh, makes some balls levitate to show. Doesn't really
Solar
show where he's
system.
from though. He's just levitating some balls. That's not telling me, okay, he's from that.
Isn't
planet.
it not showing his solar system? Isn't
Oh,
it like
okay.
two things, two suns rotating around each other?
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was his solar system.
His
Or a solar system.
His solar system.
Oh,
That's,
okay.
that's the impression I got. Come on, keep up, Rob.
Yeah, okay.
Did you watch this or not?
I did. I did watch this bit, but now I understand now. And then he rushes into the garden because some of the government have been there, haven't they? The swing's moving. Remember that bit?
I don't, actually.
Yeah, I think he runs. He thinks they're out there, so he quickly runs out there.
Oh, okay. And now I remember, because there's a sound of a scanner, isn't there?
Yeah.
And he looks up the garden path up that
That's
little
it.
hill, and the
Yeah.
gate's open. Sorry, I do remember now.
And he's reading his little magazine, and he just looks down at the
Buck
flowers.
Rogers.
He looks down at the flowers, doesn't he? And they're like dying, so he just makes them come to life again and goes back to his reading.
Yeah. It's Buck Rogers comic, black and white comics, from the 80s, spaceships and space adventures and stuff like that going on. Elliott's at school now, right?
Yes, Elliott
so
goes
they
to
just
school.
leave the
So
alien
just
at
leave him
home
in the closet.
all day.
Imagine how much ET poo there is everywhere and we in that.
Yeah, he can't be toilet trained.
No. We keep saying he, but Elliott does say he in it, but Spielberg said he's neither he nor she.
Oh God, it's non-binary.
Very, very modern.
Very modern.
So we don't know what. Well, he's neither. Yeah, so they're going to school. And that weird. What's that? They're at the bus stop, and he says something like he gets called is it Sina Suprema?
Yeah, you told me about it this morning. Sina Supremus. I didn't even pick up on that. And what was his comeback?
Yeah, he's having something charisma, isn't it? Zero charisma.
Zero
or something.
charisma. Yeah.
Like a nerd rap battle.
Go back to that, because we've got it on actually. That is smoke.
Yeah, I told you.
That's smoking.
So there's someone smoking.
Yeah, or was it a joss stick? Did they have them? Could be, couldn't it? Yeah. Got it on in front of us.
It's quite misty and
It's all very X-Files and
Yeah. That's definitely them sort of. I don't
it's not because he's got a pencil in his hand.
Yeah, I reckon.
there is a fag out, a cigarette there.
Where?
There. That's a
the
cigarette
one
in an
there.
ashtray.
Yeah, so they
Bizarre.
are smoking then. They are smoking.
Blimey.
Yeah, the school. This is the quite a cool scene, isn't it?
So, yes.
They are about to dissect frogs.
Yes.
Now, when I was at school,
Never got to do that.
I think we dissected a
Used to be fish eyes.
pig eye or something. Yeah.
I remember that going on at school, but I think it was like for an open day or something like that, and only the select brainy people got chosen to do that, and it wasn't me.
I was doing that, obviously.
Wasn't me.
And yeah, but live frogs, I pop some.
Put them in chlorophyll.
Yeah.
Yeah, put them to sleep and then
They're
just
not even killing them. They're just
slaughtering them.
Put them to sleep and
then just killing them. Then I suppose. And then, but ET's at home, isn't he?
Yes, he's at home the old time, exploring, getting food, getting drunk.
Decides to get pissed.
Yeah, getting drunk, drinks beer, and it makes Elliott burp in class in front of everybody.
He just thought to himself, what can I do now? Let's go see if he's got any tinnies in the old fridge.
Yeah.
just going back again, when you're saying about when they were in the forest with the metal detectors, is that not where the spaceship took off from?
At the start.
No, this is.
So you're implying
30 minutes into
you're implying that this is where,
Perhaps that's when they thought.
and he finds a Reese's piece.
Yes. And he goes to eat one as well, which is weird.
Yeah,
He just that could be ET poo. To all
that
he
could be,
knows.
for all he knows. Yeah, eating eggs.
Look, he looks at it and he goes,
I'll eat one of them.
it's not M&M's, but
It looks like M&M's.
Yeah. but it's not. It's definitely Richard.
So at the school, and there's a big scene where he's got to free them all, set them free.
Yes,
so he tries to free all the frogs, opens the door, whilst E.T. is watching.
Well, E.T.'s falling. You know when he's falling over.
Yeah.
Actually, do you know how many people they had who played E.T.?
You've told me this before.
So there's 3 people. Obviously, some of it was animatronics, I think, but there was 2 little people, Pat Billin, I think her name is, and Tamara Detrue, I think her name was, who are 2 short people.
Yeah.
And then they also had a kid who had no legs, and he played the part when he's falling over. But he walked on it. This kid walked on his hands.
Mm.
So was he walking on his hands in the suit? Which seems like really...
It's probably like that.
Yeah.
Walking on its hands like that.
Doing it like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the scenes where he's falling over, that was that 11-year-old lad who played...
He didn't like the potato salad.
Didn't like potato salad. But he knows how to open a can.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, I see now.
And the dog's absolutely fine with him as well.
You don't see him open it, but...
Yeah.
I don't know, half it's going down his mouth and the rest is going down his chin.
Is that Stan Winston, by the way, who does the puppetry for this?
Don't know. But do you know who that young girl is? Pause it there. That young girl.
Yeah, she was in Baywatch.
Yes, it is Erica Eleniak.
Ah.
Also in Under Siege, when she pops out the birthday cake.
Oh, that's her, is it?
Do you know, can you sound a Die Hard alarm, please, Paul?
Just a fly in the ointment, Hans. The monkey in the wrench. A pain in the ass.
And actually, someone said we didn't sound it last episode.
We didn't sound it last
So can we sound it
episode,
again?
We did. I couldn't remember what sound effect we had for the Die Hard, so I had a piece from the film.
Someone emailed me and said there was no Die Hard klaxon. They were destroyed.
Was it the klaxon we had?
Yeah.
I honestly couldn't remember what sound we had.
So sound 2 of them, we've done them, haven't we? Okay, so she is Erica Eleniak.
Mm-hmm.
And she's credited as Pretty Girl, I think, on the credits. And she played in Baywatch Shawnee MacLaine.
That's tenuous. That's I think I say it every week. That's pretty.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I'm only going to do 2 more of these, and then I'm going to stop doing dial links.
And it was
hard work.
filmed in California. Let's go for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was filmed. Yeah, it was supposed to be California.
We can evolve it. If there is a Die Hard link, great. We can do a Die Hard link. But if we can link it to any other previous film we've done, I think.
So before Elliott's dad went to Mexico, he was on a business trip and he worked on the 15th floor of Nakatomi Plaza.
Ah.
There we go.
No idea. I was reading out. So I've got my book out, and it's relating to the school scene.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford played Elliott's school principal.
Yes.
Have I stole your thunder?
No. So
Well, that's Harrison Ford.
No, it was a cut scene. It was deleted.
Oh, really?
He was sat down with Elliott and sort of telling him off. After the teacher drags him away. So then they went to the headmaster's office, and you only see the back of Harrison Ford's head.
Right.
And it was cut for some reason.
Yeah.
Which was...
Well, I tell you what. Oh, this is a funny scene as well, where the mum's just in the kitchen, E.T.'s in the kitchen, the daughter's trying to introduce...
And she still don't see him, does she?
She is such a klutz.
Anyway,
this film does seem to jump around a bit. Like a lot of the things aren't explained. Like that would explain. Nothing seemed to happen to Elliott after he did all that thing in trouble. I think she answers the phone. She gets a phone call about it, and that's about it. But loads of bits seem to skip. So it seems like there's lots of bits cut out of this.
Yeah.
It jumps around quite a lot, and I found that as watching it as a I don't know, an intelligent-ish person rather than a kid who's just like, look, puppet on screen.
Yeah, because she gets the phone call from the school, doesn't she? And
Yeah.
She has to go and pick him up. This is when she notices all the beer's been drunk.
Yeah.
But then
Does she suspect anyone?
But then I suppose if Michael and his mates are smoking, if that was smoke, then there maybe...
Well, someone was smoking.
Yeah.
Someone was smoking in that first scene.
And then maybe they're partial to the odd.
I'll tell you what, I'm not going to rewind it, but that ashtray looked quite familiar to the...
It did.
What's his name?
The smokeless ashtray.
Smokeless ashtray from Gremlins.
From Gremlins. I did.
The Peltzer smokeless ashtray.
Yes. Perhaps it was.
Maybe.
This was before Gremlins, wasn't it?
It was Gremlins 84.
Yeah, a couple of years before.
Maybe that's where they got the inspiration from.
So Gert's with E.T. now because she goes to pick up Elliott and then just leaves the
Gert
5-6
alone,
year old at home on their own. Mm-hmm. Just going to go and get your son from school. He'll be alright with him.
Be alright with an alien.
Random alien from outer space.
This is when he points to the phone, doesn't he? And the first time, you can say it's with Scott because you.
So there's a thing called, have we even touched on Mandela Effect before in the previous episode, where mass people remember something differently to what actually happened, and they say it's proof of alternate universes. The line that everyone remembers is E.T. phone home. But the first time he says it, it's E.T. home phone. So everyone's like, that's not true, that's not true.
Yeah.
Actually, it is true, but subsequently every other single time is phone home.
Yeah.
So they do it the first time home phone, and every other time, at least what I saw was phone home. So it's kind of both.
They realise that he wants to get in touch with his people.
Want to call home using a spell and speak, doing a MacGyver at A-Team kind of.
Well, they go to the garage, don't they, to go and look up stuff to make a communication tower. That's it. Like a razor blade and a speaking spell. Yeah, whatever it's called.
And Gert dresses him up as.
He cuts his finger. Remember that bit? That's when we first see his healing powers.
Yeah, well, I'm just watching it now. Gert's dressed him up as a little girl or a little old lady.
E.T. in drag.
Yeah. And yes, you've got the speaking spell, and he's talking about phone home. Yeah, so he cuts his finger, and we realise
he has some powers.
Ouch. His healing powers, which, if we go in Star Wars link, like joint universe, which we're assuming it is, if he can levitate balls around in the air, if he can heal to the touch, is he a Jedi?
Yeah, he could be good.
Is he force sensitive?
Yeah.
Again, I don't think they planned any of this.
Yeah.
There he goes, reading Buck Rogers.
Yeah.
There he is. We go to Halloween.
Yep, gotta have a Halloween.
Halloween. Again, a bit Stranger Things.
Another Star Wars link, because he sees a little Yoda.
That's it, yeah.
And wants to kind of go and say hi. And
they're all dressed up before, aren't they? And they got E.T. covered in a white sheet.
They tried to pass
the mum's
that
like,
off as Gert.
You look great. And one of them says, thank you. And the other one says, thank you. And E.T. goes, thank you.
Thank you. Tries to...
You still don't realise.
No. Tries... what's it, the older ones... Is he a terrorist? Did I hear that? He wants to go as a terrorist?
He dresses as a terrorist. This is the film, not us saying this.
And he's got like a fake knife going for his head, and E.T.'s desperate to...
Yeah, he wants to fix it, doesn't he?
To fix it. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
It's fake. Idiot. And so we go on. This is the first scene. I can't remember the first.
But this isn't really explaining what Elliott's trying to do. This is like, all right, be back by midnight or whatever like that. So they're switching over. Elliott's gone somewhere to wait. Gert's gone somewhere to wait for them.
She says come back before sundown. Who says that?
Yeah.
When we were younger, my mum never says to me, make sure you're back before sundown.
So Gert's gone somewhere where they're going to meet and switch over.
Going before it gets dark.
Yeah.
8 o'clock, 9 o'clock time. Time.
And then they're going to just make the interstellar phone. Let's call it that.
Speaking spell phone. He gets on his bike, doesn't he? And then cycles through. He looks like he's about to go off a cliff.
Yep.
And then music cuts in. The famous moon scene.
Yep, it's been parodied so many times, but it's classic. And then the government's come to the house.
Yes, they come in that. But when they're in the woods setting up the device, E.T. sort of points to himself and says, ouch. So it's like him starting to
feel
lonely.
Yeah. But yeah. The older brother's said he's not looking so hot and stuff like that. And Elliott's like, no, sharp.
He says we're fine, Elliott, doesn't he? What's all this weird business?
Yeah. So he's trying to he's looking at the stars. They've tied something to a tree, which apparently powers it.
That's a bit of rope to a leaf from a tree, a branch.
The wind's kind of...
No, because doesn't the rope move the thing, like the saw blade?
That's the idea, isn't it? It moves the saw blade, which then dials, 0800 124.
You thought if he's got all these powers, he could just turn that blade.
Yeah.
There you go. And then sort of some alien language is coming up on the speaking spell.
He's getting excited. And then goes to sleep.
Yes.
In the forest.
Yeah.
wakes up,
Not looking too good, does he?
and E.T.'s not there.
E.T.'s not there, and Elliot's look like he's
looking sick.
he's not looking good at all. But he wanders home without E.T.
Yeah.
and poor Mike has to go and find him, doesn't he?
Finally
What was it you
finds
said
him.
the other day? He looks like a dried old turd in the on the floor.
Going a little bit white.
It's like white in the. You don't get white shit anymore, do you? Anyway,
Let's keep it above board.
is that the 80s? I've not seen a white
Maybe
turd.
we've just got a better infrastructure of cleaning it up.
I used to think it was always cats.
People never used to clear it and put it in bags and put it in those bins.
There we go. If anyone's seen a white turd out there, please write in.
God, Rob.
Yeah, just send right into Rob direct.
Yeah.
Scott and I don't need to be involved.
Scott.
Yeah.
I ain't seen a white turd for ages. It must have been around about the 80s. Anyway, let's keep going. Where are we up to now?
So Mike picks him up, takes him home. You don't see any of that. How he gets him through the door, how he gets him upstairs without his mum seeing.
Because he's
you
heavy.
just know. Yeah, he is very heavy.
Wow, do you know how heavy he is? Because in the 20th anniversary edit,
Right.
the extra bit, he goes on the scales.
Oh, yeah.
And he's 35 pounds.
35 pounds. That's about
3
12 kilograms. That's
Yes,
not much.
it's not that heavy, is it?
Isn't it? Are you sure it's pounds? Oh, it would be pounds. in
Yeah, he
America.
says pounds. Yeah, 35 pounds.
Yeah, he's looking ill there.
Yeah, even down.
He looks like he's just had a bender, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's been out.
Yeah, he's been out on the Raz.
On the
Well,
Raz.
he was on the Raz earlier.
Mind you,
wasn't
he's got his cloak, the white sheet there, so maybe he hid them in there. But there's
he?
a
No,
raccoon
it was
having a little.
it was. He found that cloak at the top, and that's when he realised it. This I thought was a longer scene as well.
Yeah.
When I was young.
But he gets no explanation how he gets him home. Bits that are kind of, for me, little bits are missing of exposition and
Yeah.
explanation. But Keys is now, or someone's at the house. They pretty much know what's going on. They've been
Yeah.
listening in. You know.
Yep. And he's lying on the floor. His mum comes in, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he's just weird dying. Like the mum's like, "Get out of here!" Which
Yeah, so doesn't he, like, his mum, we need your help. You got to swear the most excellent promise, probably, as well. And she thinks it's a joke. She thinks it's a Halloween joke,
Yeah.
trick, whatever.
spills her coffee
Mm-hmm.
all over the place.
And, freaks out, as any mother would do.
Yeah, because she sees her son ill. He's not looking good, E.T.'s there.
Well, you would be, wouldn't you? Well,
Yeah.
that's really...
That's a good
That's,
practical joke.
that's a great costume. Where do you get that from?
And he starts moving. Yeah. He's not looking good.
Home. There he goes. Black coffee.
And then Neil Armstrong walks in.
Yeah.
Full
An aid,
NASA spaceship.
yeah.
What's he doing there?
Just basically, to show that the humans are the aliens,
Yeah.
The humans are the aliens, the humans are the bad guys, they're the aggressors. And of course, one's gone in the back door where they've not noticed to cut them off.
Okay, yeah.
Very sinister looking.
The government are coming over the road, don't they? There's like a line of them coming over the road.
Yeah.
And they're rolling that tunnel thing. Like, what? Why are they rolling it down the road? Why don't they just get out of the van when they get to the house?
Yeah, it's...
I always remember that scene because it's coming over the hill.
It's a bit of Darth Vader kind of walking.
It's good to say
through.
another Star Wars scene,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. Or the government come in. Here he is. There's Neil. Look at that.
I would just say NASA on the suit as well. I mean, surely they should be worried about the family because, they haven't got any protection.
Puts his arms up like a zombie as well.
But no one's speaking either, are they? They're not coming in saying everyone out.
Everyone calm down, just relax. We've got you. Look, it's pure.
It looks like they're
It's pure
aliens.
nightmare fuel. It is It's zombie alien things going like they're at the windows.
Yeah.
It's very clever.
It's
from
a bit like
Spielberg.
Michael Jackson Thriller at the end
Yeah,
when the
it's very clever. from
zombies are coming
Spielberg,
through. Look, someone in the start of the train.
And then
This must be where you first see adult faces, or pretty much.
yeah,
always.
sort of close
Look at
up
the
anyway.
Excuse me.
That's you.
Bless you.
That's you. Okay,
Yeah, I'm good.
good. And shit yourself.
Thanks. Well, not today.
First see Keys properly, and then we got Elliott and E.T. They are in intensive care, aren't they?
In the living room,
Yeah.
they set up a full.
Got great acting from Henry Thomas, who's Elliott. And he's breathing heavily and he's trying to speak to Richard Keysy,
Keysy.
Andy Gray, Richard Keys. They're all there. Bless him. But they're both basically dying at this point, aren't they? And then Key says, I'm glad he met you first. In other words, you looked after him, I suppose. If it had been us, we'd have chopped him up and dissected him. Starts to die. I'll be right here. Who says that? Is it E.T. says that, or
Lost me at this bit. Yeah. So, implication is they're both dying. They don't know what to do. And then don't they recognise some sort of desynchronization between their brain waves?
One's coming up. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
It's like we're losing him. And it's E.T. Effectively dies.
Yeah, but Elliott's getting better.
That's just the plant.
And you see the plant die too. Elliott's whisked away, screaming and no, blah 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 blah.
And then they got, first of all, they have all these suits on, spaceship helmets, and then he's dying. They start doing CPR on him. They're sort of taking their masks off.
I think
they realised. And did you know this was real doctors?
Yep.
They got real doctors.
I saw a bit as well where they were holding his E.T.'s breathing apparatus.
Yeah.
You'd put it over the mouth for a human, so it would cover the mouth, but his nose is much higher up his forehead, so you see they're putting it up on his forehead. So I think that was very clever of the design team and whatnot. It's very much higher.
Which makes sense, because if you just tell doctors just to act out your job, it'd be, they know what they say, and if you put the subtitles on, some bits you can't hear. It's all like
it was very impressive, very impressive. It was very believable too. E.T. dies, and then Elliott's all just like, we don't know what's going on.
They call it, and they just walk out like it's an episode of Casualty.
Yeah.
It's like 10:34. Okay, well that's it. Let's go. And then
take off their gloves and walk out down the pub.
Yeah.
And then, do you want a bit of time with him? Yeah, you got a bit of time with him. Friggin' alien.
No explanation now as to why. Well, okay, actually, you did give me an explanation, Robert. Actually, but why he suddenly comes alive?
Yes,
it was just like, it's dying and it's brought back. The flowers come back and he's alive because he's been put in a cryogenic
body bag, isn't it?
Yeah, a cryogenic freeze in a body bag, blah blah blah.
Elliott says, "I love you," and then the red light glows.
Yeah,
and the plant plant comes back to life.
He sees it just as he's about to walk off.
So this is what I thought. He comes back to life because his species are coming back to get him.
The species are getting near, and
unless I'm wrong. Did anyone else have any idea?
I didn't. Well, when you said that, it made perfect sense. I didn't. I just was like, well, what's the trigger point? What's why? But then he's like going, phone home, and you're like, shut up! Yeah, trying to get you out of here. Shut up!
Phone home.
Phone home. Shut up! Break dead.
Then he starts acting like he's dead again and crying.
Very cool escape scene there with Mike.
Yeah.
Just getting into
gets in the car.
Gets into their contamination uniform, walks out. Does he stumble and trip or something, or drop it? I don't know.
He says, I've never driven forward before.
Gets in the car, and a guy just kind of just like walking by looks in, comes back.
Come on, kid, get out.
Yeah.
And he's just like, you. And he's like, my first day type thing.
Don't blame me.
He's like, kid, open the door.
He just goes and floors it, doesn't he? Drives to meet his mates. But I don't know why he goes to meet... What's the point of meeting his mates on the bikes? Apart from effect and the bike...
It's quicker than walking.
Yeah,
they're not enough to drive.
Run cars because they can go cross-country.
Yeah, but why do the other boys have to be involved?
Why are you with your mates, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're going to do something with your mates in the 80s.
Detour, because if the police go after something...
Don't they do that, actually? They do detour.
Well, they split up. They're split up, but surely the police are only going to go after the bike with the alien on. Why are they going to go and chase Tyler and whatever his name was, Steve?
Aiden and abetting.
It's funny, he says, he's a man from outer space and we're taking him to his spaceship. And one of them says, can I just beat him up? He said, this is reality, Greg.
Yeah, he's like, phone home, home phone, E.T., phone home, shut up now. And then, they're on a massive chase to presumably where but they're going to land the same place, right? Because they've got to keep the special effects the same.
The famous scene which we have, me and my son, Freddie, and have my daughter, Lila, has created a little video for this. And we've done this scene where he flies up in the sky, doesn't he? We didn't actually do that. We're not that clever. But
little Mike driving.
It's on Instagram.
The stuntmen behind, trying to get up the corridor, the plastic corridor, and he just start taking out the
we're
pegs.
past now, weren't we? We're up to the bit where
I'm just watching it. That's on it. That's
Here
fine.
it comes.
So they take him back and win there at the end of the film, I presume.
Have you seen the roadblock, like the worst roadblock ever? Because he's got like a massive gap where they go up and through.
Right.
Have you seen the cops have, in the original one, they've all got guns? Mm-hmm. Again, in the 20th anniversary one, they've superimposed the guns to walkie-talkies.
Right.
This millipede, centipede toy thing is still in that park.
Is it?
Yeah. I've seen a few YouTube videos. I mean, there's trees and stuff. Because where this is filmed is New Housing Estate.
Yeah.
But yeah, that centipede is still there.
Is it? Oh,
That's great. When people go and find locations of films.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's so Stranger Things.
It is Stranger Things.
because you watch this and they're cycling around. Obviously, I mean, it's a building site. Effectively, they're going
They
around.
can outrun cars and stuff. Outmaneuver.
Yeah.
So...
They
Here we go.
land-
So here's the bit. So you say walkie-talkies.
Yes,
I remember it being rifles. I mean, when I was younger, I think I mentioned it when we'd done the Goonies. I had the storybook where you get an audio cassette and you can listen and read along. And Michael Jackson done the.
big
There you go,
shotgun
guns.
there. Big shotgun.
Yeah.
So Michael Jackson done the narration to this.
Oh, okay.
There you go,
There
guns.
you go.
Yeah.
Guns.
So you watch the new one, that's walkie-talkies.
So is it reshot or is it computer generated?
Computer generated,
Wow.
yeah. They take out the guns and how they do it.
Flying over.
And the scene of them flying is a bit more clearer as well.
Yeah.
But rubbish roadblock, look.
It is a terrible
Show them.
robot. Yeah.
I mean, another thing about this film. So it's a Universal Studios or Universal Pictures. So back in the 90s, when it first opened, we went to Florida and went to Universal
I know
Studios.
the ET ride.
You've been on it?
I've been on the ET
Because you used to have a little card. So you type your name,
Yes.
they give you a card,
Yes.
and you go through the whole sort of scenes of the
wonder
film,
why, don't
and then
you?
you go at the end. And then obviously you're on the ride is bikes, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you go up and you kind of go up in the end. You're cycling. It's like you're recreating the scene, and then obviously you get to a part. And it says, thank you,
Thank
Paul.
you. ET's there going,
All right.
goodbye, Scott, Paul, Rob.
So
You
this,
wonder at the beginning, why they want my name?
Yeah.
I see.
so this was like 30 odd years ago.
Yeah.
It's from memory, the ET ride is the only ride still at Universal Studios. This is Universal Studios, Florida.
Yeah.
I don't know about the
That's
American,
the one I went to,
California. It's the only
Still there.
original ride still there. I mean, there's ones where you've got the 3D room thing. Now, when I went there, it was the Back to the Future ride.
Yeah, I remember the Back
So I
to the
think
Future ride.
since then the ride is still there, but it's done Minions,
see
it's
it, yeah.
done is it Transformers? Am I
probably.
thinking? So it's changed over time. Oh, Simpsons.
Right.
But when I was there, it was Back to the Future. So, but yeah, E.T.'s the only original ride still at Universal
Great.
Studios.
That's
Orlando.
great that it's still going. Because Jaws is now Jurassic Park, as I remember, or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Jurassic World now, even.
because we went on the Jaws ride, and then it
Scared
and then that
It's
went
not
kept on going wrong, and it then closed down for about 18 months
Right.
afterwards. I remember afterwards saying, "Oh, we've got a new ride, Jaws." I'm thinking, bollocks, we went on it like 2 years ago.
Yeah, this is a heart-wrenching scene.
Yeah.
Very
I
much
was
like
sad.
looking at it. Very much like
Fabergé
Close-
egg, I said.
Well, it's Close Encounters as well.
Right,
The
yes,
ship design
yeah,
is very much
ship,
like Close
spaceship,
Encounters,
yeah.
but it is Fabergé egg.
It's a sad ending in it, but because he wants him to go with him, E.T. says like, "Come with me" or something, doesn't he?
Does he actually say that?
Yeah, he says something like, I don't know, does he say "come" or "follow" or something like that? Elliott's like,
I've seen this film so many times, and
that's not.
I always get a lump in my throat. This film, it's one of these films.
Yeah,
You're seeing Gert there as well.
it's a sad ending, isn't it? But it's a happy ending because he's
He's happy because he's going back home.
Going home. And it's made,
Been worse if he died looking like a white cat shit, wouldn't
pop
it?
cult history for
Yeah.
many, many decades.
And a lovely scene where it just is as the walkway shuts and then the
Just
door
a silhouette.
shuts, it just shows,
Well,
silhouette
I videoed that for you last night, didn't I?
Yeah, it's great, that ending.
And the music as well. And I mean,
Yeah.
I've got the John Williams film soundtrack to this, and some of it I don't listen to because they're parts of the film that don't mean much. But this, I quite often listen to it. It's just like you can feel the music. You know what part is happening in the film.
Well,
Yeah.
John Williams, I read that he did the ending, he did the music, and then Spielberg fitted the film around the music.
Often.
how much he trusted him. That they,
He'd done that
You
for
would
Jaws
trust John
too.
Williams, though.
those two together.
It's yours too. It was just like,
Yeah.
he was expecting, John, make a thing for Jaws, about a killer shark,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And he just come back with 2 notes. And he was like,
Yeah.
"Are you joking?" No, listen to it. Play it over the stuff
Yeah.
and listen to it, and it works.
Clever.
And it does.
Wouldn't it be great to get John Williams? John, if you're listening to this, we would love a new introduction soundtrack to our podcast.
Can you imagine?
You are an absolute legend.
Yeah.
He's probably in a care home now. He's like 91.
No, he's still working because he's just done Indiana Jones.
Oh, okay.
He's just done it. I mean,
Wow.
he's still working. I mean,
Perhaps he will then. So maybe he is listening to this.
well, why not, John?
And he goes off, and that is
The glowing finger on the forehead. Or is it glow? No, it doesn't.
He's not gone off yet. He's still there, is he? Oh yeah. Ouch.
Oh, yeah. Ouch to the
I'll be
heart
right
now.
here or something. isn't it?
Ouch. Yeah, I'll be right here. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it.
SCT.
They were going to
Credits
do a
roll.
sequel. Did you know this?
No.
They were going to do a sequel. Did you know? Also, do you know what E.T.'s name is?
No. No.
It's Shrek. Z-R-E-K or E-C-K.
ZREK.
Yeah. So they were going to do a sequel. They wrote like 9 pages of it.
Yeah.
It was going to be called Nocturnal Fears.
Right.
But Spielberg decided, let's not do it. It might ruin it. And I think that's the right thing to do because, yeah.
Well, good.
I did wonder what Elliott went on to do. I mean, obviously, how old is he in this? 9, 10? He's not very
so-
old.
Suddenly knows that aliens
I mean,
exist.
what did he do? I mean, he's still got another 6, 7 years at school.
Yeah.
What did he do after school? I mean, did he become an astronaut?
That's a good
He
question.
could be in counselling for years after
I tell you what, I reckon Keys and the mum got it on though, because at the end they were together,
Right.
And they looked at each other like, so
Oh, there's a glowing finger to the forehead. I'll be right here.
Yep.
Right, what you got planned for us, Rob?
Right,
you got any
I've got
memories?
some memories. Have we got a memories jingle? Should we sing?
Lovely, lovely memories.
I just,
Let's talk about
Before
the
we do memories-
Oh, I'm doing the jingle. Memories.
I know your mum.
I'm still doing it.
Oh.
Memories.
God's sake.
Let's talk about the memories. Okay, shoot.
We never got our names.
What?
Names.
We never got our names.
There were names in... Oh,
No. Pauline just said Paul Constable.
she didn't... Yeah.
Oh, the middle
she didn't
names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought I'd keep it simple. It's all right.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll make up for it on Crocodile Dundee.
We'll get double names.
Which actually is, I think, is one of my dad's favourite films, so maybe I'll get in to do the intro for that one.
Yeah, but your boy would probably just turn and say, Paul, the safe hands constable.
Paul, why have you dropped the football again? Right, I've got memories. Here you go. There's one each for you to read out. You can read the top one, Paul.
So, Kim from Coventry loved the bit where Elliott releases the frogs and E.T. drinks the beer.
Yeah.
No, that bit, yeah.
Drunk
that
E.T.
does stick into my mind, actually, that one.
Rebecca Philbrook from Didcot. I remember watching it at Abingdon Cinema. Abingdon Cinema. And staring at the fire exit scheme when the sad bits came on, so I didn't cry. Also, my dad, puked on the E.T. ride at Universal Orlando.
He's off.
And Jason from New York, loved the film when I was a kid, still do. The ending gets me every time. Such a happy but sad film.
Yeah,
Yes.
happy sad. Mixed emotions.
Okay,
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
right. Here was a little quiz.
Quiz time!
Right then, let's do a little quiz. I've got 11 questions.
What's the score at the
Quite a
moment?
big quiz, isn't it? It's something like 6-2 to Scott.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So the series, you've won the series. So this is.
What do you mean you won the series?
No, we'll keep a constant
going?
score. Yeah.
Okay. Ready? Fingers on buzzers. Mm-hmm. You got the wrong. You got the police. Do you want the police one, Paul? Do you
Does it
want to
matter?
swap? You're normally the policeman, aren't you?
You want?
Paul Constable, police.
I see.
the link. Okay, here we go. Are you ready?
I mean, we got this one and the next one. I can make it 6-4. I mean, I'm catching up.
Yeah. Let's just keep going. All right,
I love the I love the enthusiasm.
Okay, question 1. What colour was Elliott's blinds in his bedroom?
Blinds.
Scott?
White.
Nope. One guess each. Paul?
Beigey cream.
No, they were like a rainbow. Rainbow one. Question 2.
That's the bit we didn't see when I
Yeah.
put it on the screen.
Question 2. What does Gertie dress up as for Halloween? Originally, what she wants to go as.
Oh.
Paul?
Shit. No, I was going to say Yoda, but it wasn't.
No. What she wanted to dress as. Obviously, they put her in a sheet, didn't they, towards...
I honestly can't remember.
I've got to guess of one of two. I bet they're both wrong.
Scott.
A cowgirl.
Correct.
Is it really?
It's a cowgirl. And that pink hat that she has on her, Drew Barrymore kept that, and she's hung it in her daughter's bedroom.
Nice.
Pretty cool, isn't it? Okay, 1-0 to Scott. You write down the scores.
That was a complete guess, by the way.
Question 3. What animal was next to E.T. when he was found dying in the stream?
Raccoon.
Raccoon it is. 1-1.
If you were listening to our saying, Scott, I even mentioned when we saw
Yeah,
that on
you
the
did.
screen, I said, oh, there's a raccoon next to him.
I wasn't going to read that out, but I thought, I wonder if he still remembered it. When he was lying next to the cat shit.
I remember.
E.T. Right. Okay. 4. Question 4. What planet does Tyler say E.T. is from?
Oh, Rob, who's going to go? Who's first?
Both say it at the same time. Go on.
3, 2, 1. Uranus.
Pluto.
It's Uranus. You just shout out Uranus as loud as you can. Opposites down the road. What? 2.
So you've been dropping hints all afternoon.
Just for the crack. It's twice now. Well, okay, well done. Question number 5. What was the time on Elliott's clock when he wakes up to first go and see E.T.? To the nearest 5 minutes. It was night time, late at night. Paul.
8:48.
No.
I did remember seeing a clock saying 8-7.
11:41.
No. 2 in the morning. Right. 2:01, I think.
All right.
Still 2-1. Okay, next question. What aftershave does Michael think he smells on his dad's shirt?
I can go first.
Paul?
I think you've done it, but I was just going to say Brute.
No.
Old Spice.
Old Spice is correct.
It was a choice of two.
Right, hold on. But for a bonus answer. But Elliott says it's... Paul?
Brute.
No, not Brugger.
Don't know.
Sea Breeze. 3-1 to Scott. Question...
I think I've lost
7?
again.
I think it's 7. Don't know. Next question.
Great quizmaster, by the way, Rob.
Yeah, marvellous.
Started till I finish. What was Elliott's dog called? He does call it at the start. Come on.
I ain't got a clue.
No.
No?
I'm going to guess.
Scott.
Pluto.
No.
No.
Paul, do you have a guess?
Uranus.
Funny enough, he didn't call his dog Uranus. It was Harvey.
Harvey the dog.
Still 3-1. That question's going to be too hard for you two.
What? No.
Do you want this question? Okay.
But you think too hard for us? Bring it on. They've all been too hard for us.
All right, okay. Ready? You ready?
Might get this one right.
What time did the doctors call E.T.'s death?
Oh,
Paul?
I'm going to go back to what I said earlier, 8:49.
No. I told you it's too hard for you two.
Too hard if we just don't know it.
Yeah, too hard.
2:52.
No, 15:36. That's when he called it. Okay, next question. What bedtime story does Mum read to Gert?
I remember the scene. I remember it being poignant.
Do you not know? Scott?
Jack and the Beanstalk.
No.
Ah.
Do you have a guess, Paul?
I haven't got a clue.
Peter Pan. Okay, I'll give you two more questions. What food does E.T. first try from the fridge? Paul?
Potato salad.
Potato salad. That's 3-2, and there's one question left. There's one question left. One question left, I can speak. But it has got 2 points.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, you could come back and win, Paul. Or Scott could win. Or it could be a draw. So anything can happen. Okay. Next question. Last question. Final question. One of Mike's friends gets a high score in the video game. What was the game? What was the score?
Oh, okay. It was...
This is massive because
I did...
Don't remember him playing a computer
No,
game.
he wasn't there. He talked about
he
it.
comes in and says...
I'm going to give for both points.
Go on then, Scott.
Asteroid 69,000.
Asteroids is correct. And the score was 69,000.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Because it's a computer game. As soon as the computer game perks up and everything, I'm like,
He just comes in and says, it's before Elliott shows Mike E.T. and he's like, come in here. He says, oh yeah, good day today. But one of our friends scored 69,000 asteroids, but then they pulled the plug. And he's like, don't worry about that. I want to show you something.
Yeah. I remember that bit.
Actually, do you want to mention about the Atari while we're there?
Oh, yes. So, good segue to computer games. Very good. If you're a fan of retro computer games, like myself, and I've got a few other friends, hi Rich, who are also big fans of retro computer games, E.T. was synonymously blamed, well, the computer game, not the film, for the end of Atari 2600. Basically, Atari was going down in the dumps anyway. Like, all the novelty was wearing off. People were buying these consoles and realising that they weren't as good as the arcade machines, and people were just getting fed up, and everything was going in the bug. Big crash basically before Nintendo brought it back. One of the last games that was released was E.T. and it's a shocking game. Well, it's an alright game, but again, it just at the right timing that everyone blames E.T. for the computer game's crash of like the late 70s. So that's why it has a lot of
They're all
fame in
landfill, aren't they, or something?
Yeah, there's a big documentary out there where there's a story that all the E.T. games, hundreds and thousands of copies, were just dumped in a landfill in somewhere in America, and they went on a big crusade to find it, and lo and behold, they did find copies of the original Atari arcades.
Cool.
So E.T. has a big place in retro gaming communities for the end of the Atari, or the cause of the first crash. It wasn't E.T.'s fault primarily, or as a main, but it was just happened to be one of those things.
Well, sometimes they just
wrong game at wrong time.
Got to make a game on a film, haven't they? And sometimes they don't have to.
Oh, they just tried, and back then everything was just merchandise. So
cool. Okay, that wraps it up. Are we done? We all finished?
Yeah. That was a great session.
Don't forget Instagram. We've now got over 820 followers on Instagram.
Nice.
Facebook, we're on YouTube. Give us a 5-star review on where you get your podcasts. Apple Podcasts, you can give us a review. Give us a 5-star, and it helps us be found quicker, apparently.
Way.
You got any shout outs?
Nope.
Just going to say happy birthday to Emil.
Yeah,
I know he's been listening to some of our podcasts. I mentioned him at the beginning because I don't know whether he actually listens to the end. So a shout out at the beginning.
There's an end, is there? I didn't realise. Happy birthday, Emil. I've got a shout out Steve Pugh. So he listened to all of them, but he really enjoyed Three Men and a Baby. He remembers that film more than the other ones. Only problem with Steve is he's a Swindon fan, Paul.
Good man.
So every cloud.
What we got on the wall?
Don't know, I don't look.
Let me lower the desk and you can have a proper look.
Thanks to my two kids for doing our little ET video, and thanks to my mum for the intro.
Yeah.
Well done, everybody.
Right, Dawn.
No, it's Pauline.
I know, sorry, Pauline. I don't know where that came from.
So Dad, if you want to do the intro for the next one, watch this space. Okay, because the next film is, we are going to Australia, aren't we?
G'day.
We're going to...
Oh, I'd love to say we are, yeah. Let's pretend.
What are we doing? Muriel's wedding?
Pretend we are, yeah. We're going to Australia.
Round the twist.
Walkabout Creek.
Yeah.
To go and find...
Mick Dundee. And Walter.
And Walt, is it Walt? That's it, yeah.
Walt, yeah.
We'll go and find them, aren't we?
Absolutely. And Donk.
Yeah, Donk, that's it.
Donk.
When do we flying out there? Next week sometime.
Next week sometime.
Excellent. You've got your hat with those corks in, that's what I'm wearing it.
I think, going on shout outs, a big shout out because I've got a lot of family in Australia. So yeah, we'll see you soon over there.
We'll be over there, won't we?
Yeah.
Let's get packing. Right. Thank you for listening. Keep it retro.
Keep it retro.
Let's open that bloody window.
Yeah. Warm. I don't think we can get any hotter than that now, are we?